Hey guys, welcome to Nerdarchy for Nerds by Nerds. I'm Ted, hanging out with the full complement today.
I'm Nate.
I'm Ryan.
I'm Dave.
And today we're going to delve a little bit further into the Waterborne adventures of Unearthed Arcana, and we're going to talk about the Mariner fighting style and the Roguish Archetype Swashbuckler.
And for you guys that are keeping score, this is part 2.
Mm-hmm. That's right.
So what do you guys think?
The Mariner fighting style is really interesting. And at first I looked at it, I'm like, well, okay, well, there's already a fighting style that gives you a +1 to AC.
Yeah, I looked at that as well, and I'm like, dude, this is totally broken. I like, oh, you can't wear heavy armor, but I missed like you can't wield a shield either. So that is somewhat of an offset. But Nate pointed out that's like the druid totally gets slammed on that. You can't have a swim speed until
they made such a big deal about climb and swim speed for wild shape, which is like the major class feature.
Well, I think it's just swimming and flying.
Yeah,
just swimming movement. And flying.
It's just movement.
Okay.
But
climbing
it's like, here you can go with like, all right, first level. I'm going to take this fighting style, and now I've got climb and swim.
There's a lot of cool animals that you can't wild to shape into because of that swim speed, like a lot of snakes and stuff like that.
Yeah, I would almost think that like if you're playing the sea campaign and somebody can take that fighting style, let your druid change into stuff with a swim and climb
into a guppy.
That's guppy. Yeah, so I thought it was kind of. I think I like it. I mean, I'll take it, but I think it's kind of a strong fighting style compared to a lot of the other ones. But
if you have like a limitation, on it of like I don't know specifically where it talks about a climb speed and what you can actually climb. Like if there isn't handholds, like does climb speed make a difference? Are you able to climb sheer surfaces? You
got it or you don't. Well, no, it's not like that.
So.
Well, I feel like you would still have to make your normal checks.
But you could do it at your speed.
Yeah, but your speed is
because I think it costs, it's like difficult terrain or whatever, double the movement cost normally.
I've always looked at it as if you have a climb speed, you don't make climb checks. You just climb it at your speed. That's the way I've always looked at.
Yeah, spiders don't make climb checks.
Like if you have a swim speed, you don't make athletic checks to swim in water unless there's some major, like, oh, you're in a typhoon or, you're...
I would, as GM, because I feel like this gets very sort of ad hoc ruling, I would cap it at, like, after a certain DC, it's like, no, you do have to make checks. Like, maybe, like, after DC 10, like, you have to make checks. You got your speed, but you still have to make checks.
Okay.
Because, yeah, at that point, by that token, somebody could, like, not take athletics or acrobatics. Like, nope, I just climb it. My guy's, like, completely fat and out of shape and can't really do it. But I'm just like...
He's like Kung Fu Panda.
Yeah. No, was it Chris Farley in Beverly Hills Ninja?
Yeah. I never seen it, but, I can imagine. Yeah.
So I like it. I would take it that way. I would take it that climb and swim for those characters work the same. They just can move faster. They don't have to move at half their movement rate. So
okay,
that would just be me.
So you take the hit on the shield and the heavy armor, but you get the ability to have those cool advantages. So that
you probably want to be Dexy. You want to be a Dexy guy, doing that, a lot of this stuff, I'd imagine.
And speaking of Dexy characters, we've got the Swashbuckler.
We do have the Swashbuckler.
Buckling swashes.
And that goes to the Rogue.
It does. So, yeah, they released an alternative archetype for the Rogue.
And it's called I Sneak Attack.
It's called I Sneak Attack all the time. Whenever, if you sneeze, I will sneak attack you.
So it's like, all right, if you've got an ally within 5 feet, you follow the normal Rogue rules, and you can sneak attack. But if you don't have an ally within 5 feet, you follow the fancy footwork, and you can sneak attack.
Yes.
You
that
just always
kind of weird.
You always sneak attack.
So you've got to get to 3rd level to get your fancy footwork. So you can choose your archetype. But after that, then it's sneak, sneak, sneak.
Yeah, it's a little bit imbalanced there.
I would, I think for that, and maybe even as a house rule, possibly you would take away the range sneak attack
from that build. Yeah,
and make it all melee.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if it was just again, Watts is using this as the guinea pigs, right? So they might have had that in mind to see how it plays out.
Mm-hmm.
Especially if they do a survey like they did on the Eberron one after it was released to see what people thought. Also at third level, you also get this other cool thing where you get to add your charisma to your initiative.
Yeah.
I think that's pretty awesome.
And there was a secondary effect to that, right? Outside of getting the let's see.
The actual fancy footwork isn't the sneak part. That's where you can that's where you can attack somebody and disengage without it drawing attacks opportunity.
Yeah, you can move out of their threat range without the attack opportunity, as long as you've attacked them.
And it actually talks specifically about that ability to be like, okay, well, I go in as a 2-weapon fighter, I attack you, I use the rest of my movement to get away, and because I attacked both of them, I've denied them their ability to get the attack opportunity on me. I thought that was pretty cool.
Gives you the whole haha feel, like
yes.
in and out fighting.
Absolutely. You're not getting a full movement away from them, but you still have that huzzah feel.
Lots of huzzahing going, and anything with lots of move, like a wood elf or mobility, feet,
definitely fits with a swashbuckler.
Well, they also get the rogue dash, right? Isn't that?
Yeah.
Well, no, because you're using your bonus action attack with
your offhand.
Wasn't that a cunning action?
Which is your bonus action.
Yeah, it's used as a bonus action.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, so part of the things with these guys is they're like mitigating the use of cunning action. Really, like it's not very useful to you anymore.
Right.
If you're attacking with a second weapon.
Correct.
And being a rogue, you can't take a fighting style, so you're not going to be that great at it. You're just hitting with the weapon damage.
Right.
Yeah. So I mean, but still, like as a regular rogue, you probably can finagle getting a sneak attack most rounds anyway. So maybe this isn't that terrible that you ensure having a sneak attack, because if you're playing a rogue, right, you should somehow get a sneak attack every round.
I didn't think it was that powerful.
Yeah.
Because really, just spending your time doing other things to get the sneak attack.
Yeah.
I think the strongest part is the fact that that extra bonus to initiative.
Yeah. Yeah.
You slap an alertness on this guy.
Yeah.
And you just call it the I go first.
Yeah, absolutely goes first, yeah.
You figure, especially if you really want to be a charisma-based rogue and now you're really incentivized to do it.
Dude, a halfling, the halfling Lightfoot.
Oh, yeah.
Because they can start with a 16 charisma and a 16 dex, because I've done it.
Well, yeah, so that's a +6 for these guys. Next level.
4th level, you take alertness. Now you're
plus 11.
Uh-huh. And you're Oliver de Barrows.
Yeah, pretty much.
Highway halfling. That's right.
You can't. Yeah, you can't do less than a 12 on initiative.
That's
insane. Pretty impressive.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That is terrible.
And
terribly awesome.
31.
Yeah. Yeah. At that point, it's just like, all right, you get to actually take 2 turns. You
go first and last.
Yeah, you start to institute the rule of like, okay, you can take your initiative at a -20 as well. Yeah.
So, panache.
So panache is,
I believe that's pronounced panache.
Do you have the right panache for this?
I actually like the panache, because it actually breaks it down into 2 different situations. You either can use it in combat, where somebody's hostile towards you and you're forcing them to attack you, or you can use it kind of like outside of combat and they become charmed by you.
Show me your moves.
And actually, the rogue is now a better enchanter than the
enchanter because they're not,
because they don't know that they've been charmed.
Yeah, officially you've made the what level do they get that? 14th? 9th. Yeah, no, because the enchanter doesn't get their thing until like 14th, I think, to be able to do that or something. It's 17th, 14th. Like by the time that you're like almost done your career and would have done everything you wanted to do as an enchanter, you finally get the thing where they're not aware.
Well, what about the term charmed? Is that a keyword that means something?
Is that?
It is, but it's the spell that actually says, you've been charmed.
Oh, okay.
So it's not the condition charm.
It's not I believe it's not the condition.
All right, so
I'll find out right now.
So that's the thing that definitely kind of
pretty hilarious.
Hilarious because they get this at 9th level and they can just do it. There's not a limitation.
They've preempted the enchanter.
Yes.
Yep.
And then, elegant maneuvers is basically like, okay, when I really, really want to be good at athletics or acrobatics, I just spend the bonus action
to get advantage.
That's
awesome.
That's pretty
like, I'm going to be awesome at this. Watch.
I'm going to stick the landing and
Like I would totally have to like if I was the GM and someone was doing this, I'd be like, all right, you need to basically just talk yourself up to other people. That's the way you get advantage. You just be like, you got to check this one out.
Yeah.
The Master Duelist is interesting. Basically, it's a way to basically roll 4 dice on one attack. If you roll with advantage and miss, you can choose to go, okay, I'm going to roll again that attack again with advantage.
Well, I thought it's like if you just miss with on any kind of attack.
It is, but I'm just saying I'm just saying that it is possible to roll 4 dice on that attack
and take the best one.
Yes.
I'll just take the 20. There you go.
But you have to miss on the initial, so.
Well, there is that.
There is.
So it's not you can't just be like,
you're not really taking the best because you have to have missed. Yeah.
Now it's not really as good as I believe the thief's the thief or the assassin's 17th level abilities, because one of them is assassinate.
But these are all the rest are so good. Like.
Well, yeah, it's kind of what it is, and I think the thief. I think theirs is I get to go twice in the round.
Yeah, they get to go at their initiative and their initiative -10.
Yeah.
So
no, we just made it up. That's not a thing, is it?
No, that's absolutely a thing. That's what thief. Gets.
Oh, right, yeah. No.
That's a thing.
Yeah,
you just made up something that already existed.
Yeah,
good job.
Yeah. No, I forgot about that. But but then again, you cut first and
when you reach 17th level, you become an adept at laying ambushes and quickly escaping danger. You can take 2 turns during the first round of any combat. You take your first turn at your normal initiative and your second turn at an initiative -10. You can't use this feature when you're surprised.
But it's only at the first round, so there's that.
It is only the first round, and that's when you absolutely have to take alertness.
Yeah, it's kind of in the bylaws and the contract for that one. So. We've more or less finished out the Swashbuckler, but I feel like we missed something that we kind of had in the pre-talk about the Mariner fighting style, and the abuse that you can lay on that. As far as being something with a bumpy movement, taking classes that are going to bump your movement, and then the mobility feat. Like the fact that you can like swim, climb, jump. Higher, faster, longer.
You just got to be an Aarakocra at that point.
Yeah. You're
like, a barbarian Aarakocra with the mobile feat.
By land, by air, yeah. So,
barbarians don't get a fighting style, so you'd have to.
So you're going to take your dip in the fighter, okay, or any other class that you want that's going to have the fighting style to get Mariner, and then then you go either monk or barbarian or a mixture of, and you're say a wood elf. And you take the mobility feat. So you can friggin' scurry up walls like anybody's business, like it's just ridiculous.
It looks like kung fu, like
spider climbing, yeah. So I just thought that was pretty absurd.
Well, there's that too, and so a fighter can technically do this at first level. Mm-hmm. Not the druid with his wild shape.
No, the druid is
yeah. So Nate had brought up that factor.
Yeah, it's a big deal. I made it. The way they did the wild shape ruling, I really thought they were making a big deal about having climb and a swim speed.
Well, swim and fly, because I don't think they mentioned climb speeds.
Okay, I thought climbing was in there, but
nope.
Well, when you can fly, who needs climbing? Really,
that's true.
Swimming at 4th and fly at 8th. I believe.
Thought climb was in there too, but whatever.
But so like you pointed out, they're kind of thumbing their nose at the druid in the sense.
The druid got so much not love.
Yep.
Yeah. Considering at first level, the fighter can just be like, I swim in armor.
Yeah.
And the druid's like,
I'm going to turn into a wolf and look at you up the tree.
Yeah.
I can't turn into these things that should be able to get you.
Yeah. Is that your doggy paddle?
Yeah. That's what the wolf can do.
Yeah.
Yeah, at half his movement, because he doesn't have a swim speed.
That's right.
That's true. So just to make mention of that, and I don't know. I think we've rounded up this fighting style.
I think so. If you have anything out there that you think we missed, go ahead and put it in the comments below. While you're doing that, feel free to click like, share, even subscribe.
You can repost and check us out over on nerdarchy.com.
We're over there on Facebook as well.
You can also join the conversation over on Reddit.
So until next time,
stay nerdy.